to the North Dakota FFA State Convention on the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University. Go Bison!
As members of the NDSU Collegiate FFA, we wish you the best of luck in your CDEs and competitions this week. We hope you have an awesome week.
For those of you attending NDSU in the next few years, Collegiate FFA is a great way to get involved on campus within agriculture, serving others, meeting new people, and creating lasting memories.
We host a little international agronomy, small animal care, and egg sales CDEs. We also have some great professional development speakers, volunteer activities, and fun events planned for the next year.
For seniors attending NDSU next fall, CFFA will kick off the semester with a Fargo Redhawks baseball game on Wednesday, August 30th. Keep a watch out for this event and others. Otherwise, have a great convention, everybody. Go Bison!
Heads up, we're going back to '77. Disco, bell-bottoms, and Ford F-Series starts its epic run as the best-selling trucks in America. Fast forward to 2017, F-Series is still king. For 40 straight years. How? Rock-solid durability, up to the nanosecond technology, and jaw-dropping capability. No wonder the competition hasn't been number one since these. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 40 straight years. Okay, anyone like coming in first place in everything that matters? Introducing the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty, the only high-strength, military-grade, aluminum alloy body, heavy-duty pickup. It takes first place in every measure of tough. Best-in-class towing, best-in-class payload, and best-in-class torque. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This is the all-new Ford Super Duty, 2017 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Transform the world, we're giving it our all. Breaking through those barriers big and small. Achieving our potential is the ultimate goal. We're the game changers with the future to mold. Using our influence to make a difference. Taking our risk, showing our resilience.
We need the change we wanna see. With our grit, honor, and integrity, we turn purpose into action. Catalyst that sparks a reaction.
Using our influence to make a difference. Taking our risk, showing our resilience.
Transforming our world, we are the leaders of change. It starts inside as a passion that drives. Transforming our world, we are the leaders of change. It starts inside as a passion that drives us. Transform FFA. Transform FFA. Transforming our world, we are the leaders of change. It starts inside as a passion that drives. Transforming our world, we are the leaders of change. It starts inside as a passion that drives. Transforming our world, we are the leaders of change. It starts inside as a passion that drives us. Transform FFA. Transform FFA.
Using our influence to make a difference. Taking our risk, showing our resilience.
Transforming our world, we are the leaders of change. It starts inside as a passion that drives. Transforming our world, we are the leaders of change. It starts inside as a passion that drives us. Transform FFA. Transform FFA.
They like the way I do this. When I crank it like a chainsaw. Yeah. They like the way I do this.
And done. My Efficiency Award application is done. Speaking of, North Dakota FFA, get ready for your third general session to find out who won this year's Proficiency Award applications. So get on your feet, get active, and let me introduce the 2016-2017 North Dakota State FFA Officer Team.
Chainsaw, crank it, back, crank it, back, forward to the knees, yeah, crank it like a chainsaw, forward to the knees, yeah, crank it like a chainsaw, crank it, back, crank it, back, crank it like a chainsaw, crank it like a chain, crank it like a chain, crank it like a chainsaw. Like a chainsaw. Fresh flannel shirt, country bumpkin, lumberjack your moves, aka Paul Bunyan. Run, yan. I make it right. Chainsaw. Drop it down low. Chop it. Here we go. Beat so sharp that they call them the jaws. I'm your boss, baby, crack it like a chainsaw.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding this, the third general session of the 88th North Dakota FFA State Convention. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The parliamentarian.
Hereby a copy of Robert's Rules of Order.
Your duties there.
I serve as an advisor and consultant to the President and the members on procedural matters. I have in my possession a copy of Robert's Rules of Order, our Constitution and bylaws, and the official FFA manual. It is my duty to see that parliamentarian procedure is carried on efficiently.
The Sentinel.
Station by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door, past many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored symbol of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice allows you based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
I am pleased to say that at this third general session of the 88th North Dakota FFA State Convention, there are 1,512 members, advisors, and guests present. Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this the third general session of the 88th North Dakota FFA State Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Before we begin, would all Courtesy Corps members please exit out the back doors and meet on the east side of the convention hall. Now let's welcome our goofballs of the team, the frat boys, the dynamic duo, our state treasurer and state reporter, Paul Moffitt and Jared McDonald.
This week, each convention session will be streamed live over the internet at ndffa.org. This is possible thanks to the generous donations from our sponsors at International Certification Services, Linus Welding Training, and Thunder Seed. Let's give these supporters a round of applause.
This session, we will be listening to our State Secretary Madison Bodine's retiring address, as well as introducing you to some members who are pros at being proficient. But it's only fitting that before we do this, we pause a moment to give thanks. I now call upon Taylor Skretterberg of the Flasher FFA chapter to bring us reflections this session.
Please assume an attitude of prayer. Hey God, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you also for the wonderful and greatly needed rain shower this morning. Help everyone perform the best they can in the upcoming contest. Thank you for this wonderful state officer team and for the one we will soon elect. Also, thank you for the wisdom you gave the screening committee. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Taylor.
Oh, dear, a female, dear.
Paul.
What?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just warming up the pipes, Jared.
Well, you better just sit down and take some notes from this next group of individuals. And without further ado, I present to you the 2017 edition of the North Dakota State FFA Chorus under the direction of Dr. Charlotte Moe, an assistant professor of music here at North Dakota State University. The North Dakota FFA Chorus is sponsored by the North Dakota FFA Alumni Association. And without further ado, I give you the North Dakota FFA Chorus.
Good afternoon. We are the North Dakota State FFA Chorus. I'm Jordan Clapper from the Granville FFA chapter, and we will be singing Pompeii, and our soloists are Ebony Musanda from Scranton FFA chapter, Shelby Getzlaw from the Belva FFA chapter, Cameron Bitts from Edgeley Culm FFA chapter, and on box drum, Ashlyn Williams from Maddock A.S. Gibbons.
I was left to my own devices.
caught up and lost to all of the vices in your bones as the dust settled around us.
And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Bring clouds all over the hills, bringing darkness from above.
But if you close your eyes,
The choir will continue to perform throughout the week, and we look forward to hearing what else they have in store.
Would proficiency sections A and B please at this time exit out the south doors and make their way around to the northeast corner of the Benson Bunker Fieldhouse.
At this time, it's a pleasure of mine to welcome to the podium Mr. Robert Bodine and Kerrigan Kruger of the Velva FFA chapter to introduce to you our state secretary, Miss Madison Bodine, for her retiring address.
Maddie has been my sister for a little over 16 years. In those years, she has always been there to help and guide me through life. Although I don't believe putting a tutu on me was the best idea. Despite that incident, I couldn't be more proud to call Madison my sister. I know she has done her best for you as your 2016-2017 state secretary. Maddie, I know I may not always show it, but I'm grateful to have you by my side helping me when I am in need. I wouldn't be the person I am today without you.
You always know when Maddie walks into a room, not just because of her loud voice and her contagious laugh, but because of her continuous bright smile and the way she can brighten up a room. As many of you know, Maddie is a determined, hardworking, motivational person who would do anything to help you if you are in need. Maddie is the type of person that will push you while she's pushing herself with no question about it. Maddie is the reason I joined FFA, and because she told me I have to be in it because it's so much fun. If it weren't for Maddie, I wouldn't be who I am in FFA. North Dakota FFA, we are proud to announce to you,
my sister,
and my friend, your 2016-2017 State Secretary,
Madison Bodine, with a retiring address titled The Domino Effect.
The hardest part is over, let it in. let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours still remain.
Inspiration. It's a funny little thing that is the basis for growth. Growth within a character and within an individual. Inspiration can come from so many places. Whether it's a picture, a song, a YouTube video, or even another person. I remember it like it was just yesterday. My 8th grade year, I was so excited. See, 8th grade year meant that I would be in my first ever ag class. Oh my gosh, I would not have to sit in yet another desk for yet another hour and a half listening to yet another lecture about something I really didn't show much interest in. See, shop class meant that I would get to use my hands to create wood projects that would not only benefit myself, but others. How cool is that, I thought. So I remember waking up that morning, going to school, walking into school and hurriedly going to my locker, grabbing my stuff, and getting ready for that class. Checking my watch, 1 minute passed. I've already been at the school for 1 minute. I can get the rest of them, right? 5 minutes left till class. 10 minutes, and bam! The bell rings, and I rush to that classroom. I take my seat in the desk. I look at the wall because there's a window placed in it that directly looks into the shop class. I sat there taking longing looks, waiting to be in there. That's when I started tuning into my 8th grade ag teacher. As he proceeded to say, we would not be going in that classroom, that shop room, for yet another long 2 weeks. Great. That's just great. My 8th grade mind kind of wandered from there, and truly I became a little bored. I started looking around the classroom at all the different pictures and diagrams and information all around. That's when I noticed it. Sitting on a table in the very back of the classroom was a picture collage, and I decided that after class, I'm gonna go look at it. The bell rang, I go to look at this collage. First thing I notice, all of the pictures, just about, had upperclassmen in them that I looked up to. Weirdest thing was, they were wearing these weird looking jackets, blue corduroy and a gold emblem. That's not attractive, why are they wearing these? Second thing I noticed, there was a manatee in the bottom left picture. Okay, so my 8th grade mind was blown. Why is there a manatee and why are these upperclassmen wearing these weird looking blue jackets? That's when my teacher came up to me and asked why I wasn't going to the next class. I asked him, why are these pictures together? This is a weird mix. And that's when he said it. His answer was 3 simple letters. FFA. Oh, okay, cool. FFA. Wait, what is FFA? He then proceeded to tell me about all of the wonderful opportunities that the National FFA organization offers its members, and how North Dakota FFA was something great to be a part of. That answer inspired me, and the very next day, I added my name to the Velva FFA chapter roster and became an FFA member. My 8th grade ag teacher had a first-hand influence in changing my life. You see, in my sweet 6 years of being an FFA member, my life has definitely changed for the better. I came into this organization not knowing who I was. I was not confident, and there is no way I would stand on a stage and talk to over 1,000 people. That was not going to happen. But in these last 6 years, I have grown so much. Because of one inspiring answer, my life was changed. You see, that day, my ag teacher became a domino in my life. I've talked about it before. It's a small white rectangular object with 8 pink and blue dots on it. I carry it in my jacket pocket wherever I go. It's my domino. You see, this domino represents what I like to call the domino effect. Isn't that funny? Now, the change wouldn't have happened without someone telling me about this organization. Everyone here, raise your hand if you're an FFA member because someone else told you about this organization and said that, hey, you're joining, or you at least have to look into it. Raise your hand for me. Awesome. You see, someone saw the great potential that you have. Someone saw the amazing qualities you possess. And they decided that joining this organization would enhance those amazing skills, and it would do you great things. They saw something great in you, and they told you about it, and they became dominoes in your lives. Now, raise your hand if you have told someone else about this organization or that they should at least look into it. Raise your hand for me. Look around. Everyone's hands, you guys very well may have inspired someone else. You very may well be the reason that someone came out of their shell, that someone gained confidence in themselves and are now doing great things. Whether you realize it or not, you all are the domino effect. You all have become the dominoes in someone else's life. Now, the domino effect doesn't necessarily have to happen by just getting someone involved in this organization. You see, when you put on that jacket and you go to FFA functions, the domino effect occurs without you even realizing it. Countless times in my year of state office, I have witnessed it. I've gone to many FFA functions where there's usually or almost always one member who sits in the back of the room, the back table, quiet and not wanting to talk to anyone else. That's when it happens. A quick, simple decision later, and another FFA member is walking to that corner. They walk over there, they put on this smile, and the first question they say, "What's your name?" That one question of "what's your name" starts a conversation. I turn around moments later and I look, and those two members are smiling and laughing. I go do something and I come back, and those two members are joining other ones in the middle of the room. Friendships have been started, and someone's life and day just got better. Now, it happens while you're in the jacket, but it can happen while you're outside of the jacket. I'll take my two little brothers for this example. I know they're going, "Oh crap, she's using me in this speech." Here's what it is. See, I got two little brothers, and with 3 years in between them, there's definitely a maturity difference. The older of the two brothers always does his best to hold the door. He holds the door for not only friends and family, but for strangers, even though he doesn't know them. A while back, the younger of my two brothers would do no such thing. He'd definitely hold the door open for friends and for family, but holding the door for someone else that he didn't know was not in his books. Well, you see, after seeing his older brother hold the door open for strangers, he soon did it himself. Now, holding the door open for someone seems like such a small thing to do, and like it wouldn't make a difference. But you see, holding the door for someone is an easy thing to do that may just make someone's attitude, someone's day a little bit brighter. And you never know. They may be inspired, just like the domino effect says, to do the same thing for someone else, and that's yet another day that just got brighter. The domino effect can occur everywhere and anywhere. The domino effect can occur whether you're trying to get someone an FFA, whether you're trying to make a new friend by simply asking, "What's your name?" The domino effect can occur when you're just looking out for someone or even picking up the trash on the ground. Someone else may see it. The domino effect makes a big difference in inspiring others. A small difference, a small action can make a huge difference. The domino effect happens everywhere. North Dakota FFA, I challenge you to be the best inspiration that you can be to yourself and to others. North Dakota FFA, I challenge you to be the best domino effect.
That isn't who you are. That isn't who you are. It might be hard to hear, but let me tell you, dear, if you could see what I could see, I know you would believe that isn't who you are. There's more to who you are. So when it's late, you're wide awake, too much to take. Don't shift and forget that in the pain, you can be brave.
And now for my thank yous. First off, I would definitely like to thank God for everything He's given me. I am truly blessed. This past year, as a state officer with these amazing individuals that I've gotten to work with, has taught me so much about not only North Dakota, the world, but about myself. So thank you. I would like to thank Beth Squared, Beth Allen, and Beth Stenjum, Mr. Anderson, Ms. Free, Tam, and the new Mr. Young. Thank you for everything you guys have done. I had no idea all the work that you put in behind the scenes. Even when there was an FFA member here with us as we were preparing for the state convention, and he even said, he goes, "I had no idea what you guys go through." Day 2 for you guys was day 5 for us. And the months before that, no one knows about. Your dedication to this organization and the members in it is outstanding. Thank you. Thank you to the Velva FFA chapter. Where are you at, guys? I am insanely proud of you guys. When I joined this organization, we had maybe 7 active members. Your numbers this year are like 70. That's insane. You guys are being the domino effect yourselves. I've seen the growth within you guys. I've seen the wonderful individuals you're becoming, and I couldn't be prouder. Congratulations. And that extends to North Dakota FFA as well. I've seen and gotten to talk to a lot of you members this year. The amazing qualities you have within yourselves outmatch any I've seen. So well done to you as well. And thank you for always being there for me, encouraging me and giving me a smile just the same. To my 2 little brothers. Hi, hey Robert, how you doing? By the way, your introduction, you about got me there. Kind of started to tear up, you and Kerrigan. You have grown amazingly. You know, I can always come back to talking to you. That is something I can always do, and I cherish. I'm so proud of the person you're becoming and who you are. You're a great brother. Now, Peyton, very much so enjoy how you kind of get at Colby. That kind of makes me happy. You have been the little man that always keeps the family on our toes. You're always willing to help Dad, though. I mean, most of the time. You're a great brother as well, and you're gonna do great things. Keep working towards your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you no. Mom and Dad, get up here.
So when it's late, you're wide awake, too much to take. Don't shift and forget that in the pain, you can be brave in the same. I see you dressed in white, every wrong made right. I see a rose in bloom at the sight of you.
Matthew 16:18 states, "And so I say to you, you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." Mom and Dad, just as Jesus said that Peter was his rock that he would build his church on, you are my rocks that I have built who I am on. Throughout growing up, you have always been at my side, even when I didn't know it. In my times of doubt, you were right there encouraging me with all your heart, while at the same time in celebration when I had my victories. You made me proud of who I am. This past year, as a North Dakota FFA state officer, and even the past 6 years as just an FFA member, you have been with me every single step. Whether it was driving me to various FFA events before I even had my license, helping me practice for CDEs, or giving me the awesome opportunities to travel all throughout the state and the country on FFA business. You have been with me every single step. Now, it's been an adjustment year for sure for us. In June, I was elected in a state office, and in August, I left for college. It seems like my time at home has all but vanished. Nonetheless, I know that and have always known you've been just a phone call away. Wherever we all are, wherever you are, is my home. Thank you for all that you do. You are my rocks that I have built who I am on. And I can't thank the Lord enough for my amazing parents. Thank you for everything. I love you, Mom and Dad.
North Dakota FFA, I introduce you, my parents, Rob and Brenda Bodine.
Unmistakable, incomparable, talent is beautiful. I see it all in you.
Now, Mrs. Vanek, don't think I forgot about you. It's coming. In my retiring address, I credited Mr. Bodal for my start in FFA. But I credit you for my growth in this organization. You see, when you came that first day, it wasn't even school year. You came at state convention, and the amount of passion that you showed to us girls in our CDE that we had just met you. You were there seconds. Like, I can't explain the amount of awe we had when we met you that day. You've encouraged me throughout the last, 3 years. And I truly would not be on this stage if it hadn't been for you pushing me to do so. You've been an amazing person to have in my life, and you are a domino, one of the largest dominoes in my life. So thank you. And now my team. You know, I always get the question, people are like, how do you survive with 6 guys? I still don't have a good question, or still don't have a good answer to that question. Step by step with you guys. But I gotta say, I truly was a little nervous when I became your teammate. I wasn't sure how it would go. Yes, you. But when we first went on our first training, I was amazed. You guys are some of the greatest individuals I've ever met. You not only show passion towards these members, but to everything you do in life. I couldn't have asked for a better team, and I'm not saying that because it's generic. I am saying that because I truly mean it. You guys are all amazing dominoes and have also been dominoes in my life. Come on up.
Yeah, this is who you are. So when it's late, you're wide awake, too much to take. Don't shit to forget that in the pain, you can be brave in the same. I see you dressed in white, every wrong made right. I see a rose in bloom at the sight of you.
Madison, thank you for your outstanding year of service this year to North Dakota FFA. The six of us aren't really sure whether we've gained a sister or a mother, but we know that you've been an outstanding teammate, friend, and an inspiration to everybody.
North Dakota FFA, your 2016-2017 State Secretary, Madison Bodine. Woo! At this time, please help me in welcoming the talented Madeline Schauer from the Wishick FFA chapter for some FFA entertainment.
Hi. I'm sure most of you watch America's Got Talent, and I'm pretty sure that maybe most of you that watch that have seen Grace Vanderwall. She was on last year, and I'm going to be singing her song called I Don't Know My Name. I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game, so you say. I'm not trying, just trying. So I heard you are my sister's friend. You get along quite nicely. You ask me why I cut my hair and change myself completely. I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game, so you say. I'm not trying, just trying. I went from bland and popular to join in a marching band. I made the closest friends I'll ever have in my lifetime. I am lost, trying to get found in an ocean of people. Please don't ask me any questions. You won't get a valid answer. I'll just say that I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game, so you say. I'm not trying, but I am trying. I now know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game, so you say. I'm not trying, but I'm trying to find my way.
Let's table up. Thank you, Madeline, for sharing your talents with us.
As we introduce each group of proficiency finalists and their sponsors, we ask that you hold all applause until the entire group has been recognized. Also, pictures will be taken off stage with sponsors immediately after the awards have been presented.
Proficiency programs recognize excellence in supervised agricultural experiences. Members are awarded at the local, state, and national levels for exceptional accomplishments regarding specific career goals in agriculture. This next group of finalists schooled the competition. Let's hear it for our Section A proficiencies of agriculture education.
The first area is the Agricultural Education Proficiency and is sponsored by the North Dakota Association of Agricultural Educators. The award of $250 is sponsored by the James F. Lincoln Arc Welding Foundation and the Tulsa Welding School. Our finalists are Maddie Koenig from Rugby, Michael McCall from Wapaton, Hope Shareski of Max, and Ashley Wolf of Medina. And the Agricultural Education Plaque and check goes to Michael McCall of the Wapaton FFA chapter. A lot of innovations in agriculture were born of an idea planned and constructed at home, and that leads us to agricultural mechanics, design, and fabrication. The sponsor for the finalists and state-winning plaque is General Equipment and Supplies Incorporated. The $250 award check for the state winner is provided by the Lincoln Electric and Carry-On Trailer. The finalists are Dmitry Bashmakov of Maddock A.S. Gibbons, Peyton Livdalen of Rugby, Brindley Mathern of Edgley Cullum, and Sarah Senechel of Velva. And the plaque and check go to Brindley Mathern of the Edgley Cullum chapter. The next proficiency award is Agricultural Mechanics Repair and Maintenance Entrepreneurship. The state sponsor is the North Dakota FFA Foundation. The plaque and check for $250 is sponsored by the Association of Equipment Manufacturers and Briggs & Stratton Corporation Incorporated. Congratulations to Ty Paul of the Mandan FFA chapter on being our state winner. Agricultural mechanics repair and maintenance placement is our next area. The finalists and state-winning plaques are sponsored by the International Brotherhood of Electric Workers. National sponsors for the $250 check is Tractor Supply Company. Our finalists are Donald Govan of Turtle Lake Mercer, Alex Langang of New Salem, Justin Nelson of Wapaton, and Cody Wagner of Carrington. And the winner is Cody Wagner of the Carrington FFA chapter. The next area is agricultural processing. The finalists and state-winning plaques are sponsored by the North Dakota Ag Products Utilization Commission. The $250 check for the state winner is sponsored by CHS. Our finalists are Michael Feddick of Napoleon, Hannah Pearson of Maddock A.S. Gibbons, Isaac Preble of Harvey, and Dylan Wolfgram of Wapaton. And the check and plaque are presented to Hannah Pearson of the Maddock A.S. Gibbons FFA chapter. The sponsor for the Agricultural Sales Entrepreneurship Proficiency is the North Dakota FFA Foundation and Crop Production Services. The finalists are Brandon Latcher of Richland 44 and Tyler Long of Napoleon. And the check and plaque go to Brandon Latcher of the Richland 44 FFA chapter. The The sponsor of the plaques for the finalist and state winner in the agricultural sales placement proficiency is the North Dakota FFA Foundation. The national sponsor of the $250 check are Fastenal, Pravami North America Incorporated, and our finalists are Samuel Larson of Garrison, Candace Nystead of Carrington, Alexander Ruff of Wishick, and Dakota Schaefer of Grant County. And the check and plaque go to Candace Nystead of the Carrington FFA chapter. Agricultural services is our next area. These students are involved in enterprises directly linked with the custom equipment operation, ag finance, ag education, and numerous other areas involved with supporting the ag industry. The finalists and state winning individuals are sponsored by the North Dakota Grain Dealers Association, and the $250 check for the state winners provided by the National FFA Foundation and the National FFA Association. Our finalists are Kelsey Knudsen of Beulah, Jonah Lee of Elva, Ty Trucon of Killdeer, and Leanne Van Berkum of Des Lacs Burlington. The check and plaque go to Kelsey Knudsen of the Beulah FFA chapter. The next proficiency award is the Agri-Science Research Integrated Systems. The plaque and check for $250 is sponsored by Proceed and the National FFA Foundation and National FFA organizations. Our finalists are Emily Duvall of Kindred, Cheyenne Oline of Kindred, Abigail Stake of Scranton, and Emily Webb of Minot. And the winner is Emily Duvall of the Kindred FFA chapter. Congratulations to all the winners in this proficiency section. Let's give them another round of applause.
Congratulations to all winners in Proficiency Section A.
Hey, Paul. What? What did the corn say to the farmer?
I don't know, Jared.
Quit pulling my ears.
Oh, get out of here. Before we move on to our next section of proficiencies, we'll hear from Ebony Musonda of the Scranton FFA chapter with some entertainment.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Ebony Musonda from the Scranton FFA chapter, and I'll be singing Halo by Beyonce. will I hide you breaking? It's the risk that I'm taking. I'm never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. And baby, I can feel your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray you won't fade away. The halo, I can see your halo. Halo, halo, halo. See your halo, halo. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can feel your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray you won't fade away. Halo, I can feel your halo. Halo, halo, halo. See your halo, halo. Halo.
Thank you, Ebony. Would proficiency sections C and D please move out the south doors and to the northeast steps? Hey, Jared, what do you call a cow with 2 legs?
Oh, I don't know, Paul. Lean beef.
Well, what do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef. Try another one.
Well, what do you call a cow with a twitch?
Beef jerky.
Get out of here.
Folks, this next group of finalists are far from failures. Let's hear it from the beef production proficiency finalists.
North Dakota is famous for its quality of its people and the quality of its products. This includes our beef. Plaques for the finalists and the state winners are provided by the North Dakota Stockmen's Association, and Stockmen's Supply is a sponsor with a $100 gift certificate for the winner of this award. The Beef Production Entrepreneurship Award of $250 is sponsored by Bear and Rabo Agri-Finance. The finalists are, from Medina, Sierra Doctor; Stetson Ellingson from Mandan; Casey Kramer from Max; and Jared McDonald from Bismarck. And your beef production and entrepreneurship plaque and check goes to Stetson Ellingson from the Mandan FFA chapter. Beef production and placement is our next area. Beef production is very popular in our state and is a major part of many SAE programs. Our state sponsor is the North Dakota Stockmen's Association, and the national sponsor of the $250 check is the Midwest PMS LLC and Red Brand. The finalists are Dalton Doctor from Medina, Kylie Doctor from Harvey, Michael Fettig from Napoleon, and Zane Warnecki from Hebron. The state beef placement proficiency winner is Dalton Doctor from the Medina FFA chapter. Plaques for the dairy production placement are sponsored by the Midwest Dairy Association, North Dakota Division. The national sponsor is Kuhn North America and NASCO. The two finalists in dairy production placement are Brenna Hoger from New Salem and Ivy Klusman, also from New Salem. And your winner is Brenna Hoger from the New Salem FFA chapter. Diversified Ag Production. This year's Diversified Ag Production Proficiency is sponsored by the Lisbon FFA chapter. The national sponsor of $250 is Ram Trucks. The finalists are Jeremiah Hupel from Medina, Christine Hopfa from Mandan, Jill Lagan from Munich, and Abigail Stake from Scranton. And your winner is Jeremiah Heupel from the Medina FFA chapter. Diversified Crop Production Entrepreneurship Awards and a $100 scholarship are sponsored by Dakota Growers Pasta Company, and the award of $250 is sponsored by CHS. Your finalists are Brandon Hoyme from Kindred, Aaron Johnson from Garrison, Colt Ketterling from Wishick, Kurt McGilly from Grant County, and your plaque and check goes to Colt Ketterling from the Wishick FFA chapter. Up next is the Diversified Crop Production Placement Awards. These are sponsored by and represented by Steve and Cynthia Strage from Fargo. The Diversified Crop Production and Placement Award of $250 is sponsored by Valiant USA Corporation and National Crop Insurance Services. Your finalists are Kurt Hart from Pheasant Bonin, Levi Hoffer from Larimore, Megan Johnson from Garrison, and Brandon Windhorst from Center. And your state winner is Kurt Hart from the Pheasant Bonin FFA chapter. The next award is the Diversified Horticulture. The Wapton FFA chapter is our state sponsor. The Wilbur Ellis Company and Toro Company provides a $250 check in this proficiency area. Congratulations to Jessica Thiel of the Richland 44 FFA chapter on being our state winner. Diversified Livestock Production. Our state sponsors are Tammy Meyer and Jean Meyer. The $250 check is sponsored by Wall Clipper Corporation and the Tractor Supply Company. These are your finalists. From Granville, Lane Bachmeyer. From Kindred, Emily Chrisman. Jacob Lear from Napoleon, and Alfred Schwalbe from Beulah. Your state winner is Alfred Schwalbe from the Beulah FFA chapter. The next proficiency award area is Environmental Science and Natural Resource Management. The plaque is sponsored by Bridget and Randy Riedel, and the check for $250 is sponsored by CHS. The three finalists are Morgan Erickson from Velva, Sean Hillman from Center, and McKenna Johnson from Napoleon. And your winner is Sean Heilman from the Center FFA chapter. Next is the Equine Science in Entrepreneurship. The finals and winners plaques are sponsored by Levi and Katie Reese. The $250 check for state winner is sponsored by Red Brand. Finalists are Bethany Keller from Harvey, Cheyenne Klein from Mandan, Jaden Thompson from Pheasant and Bonin, and from Killdeer, Rachel Voigt. And the check and plaque are presented to Rachel Voigt from the Killdeer FFA chapter. Next is the Equine Science Placement. The finalists and winners plaques are sponsored by Lynn and Wade Mosier. The $250 check for the state winner is sponsored by Tractor Supply Company. The finalists are from Center, Emily Fitch. Also from Center, Amanda Huber. From Carrington, Cody Schlegel. And Haley Westman from Garrison. In your check and plaque are presented to Cody Schlegel from the Carrington FFA chapter. Let's give one more round of applause for our award winners in Section B.
Congratulations to all of our winners so far. Now, I'd like to introduce Reagan Hildry of the Velva FFA chapter with some FFA talent.
Hi, I'm Reagan Hildry from the Velva FFA chapter, and I'm singing I See Fire by Ed Sheeran. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below, keep careful watch of my brother's souls. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over during suns. If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb higher into the night, calling out, Father, oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn on the mountainside. And if we should die tonight, then we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time, calling out, Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountains that you remember me. Oh, should my people fall, surely I'll do the same. Confined in mountain halls, we've got too close to the flame. Calling out, Father, oh, hold fast and we will watch the flames burn hard on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountains. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollowing souls. I see fire, blood in the breeze, and I hope that you remember me. And if the night is burning, I will cover my eyes. For if the dark returns, then my brothers will die. And as the sky is falling down, it crashed into this lonely town. And without shadow upon the ground, I hear my people screaming out. I see fire inside the mountains. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollowing souls. I see fire, blood in the breeze. I see fire. I see fire. I see fire. And I see fire burn on the mountainside. Thank you.
Thank you, Reagan, for that wonderful talent. It is now time to begin our next and third section of proficiencies to present some very deserving awards.
Hey, wait, dear. Can I tell one more joke?
Is it going to be as corny as the last ones?
No. I've got it figured out this time. What do cows like to read most?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe catalogs?
No. Cows can't read, silly.
Whatever. All right, let's start the next section.
See their bad.
Next is the Fiber and or Oil Crop Production Award, sponsored by the North Dakota Soybean Council. National sponsor is Bunge North America. The finalists are Jackson Milmer from Scranton, Chase Peterson from Carrington, John Poppin from Wahpeton, and Mason Vogler from Richland 44. The Fiber and or Oil Crops plaque and check goes to Chase Peterson from the Carrington FFA chapter. Our next category is forage production. The plaques for this award are sponsored by Jason and Heather Rohr. The national sponsor of the $250 check is the National FFA Foundation and the National FFA Association. These are your finalists. Hayden Beck from the Fezzen Bowdoin chapter, Dalton Doctor from Medina, Jameson Ellingson from Mandan, and Brandon Locker from Richland 44. And the state winner in the forage production is Jamison Ellingson of the Mandan FFA chapter. Our next proficiency area is fruit production. Plaques are sponsored by the North Dakota Grape and Wine Association. The state winner check for $250 is sponsored by DuPont Company. Congratulations, RJ Hutcherson of the Richland 44 FFA chapter on being our state winner. Next up is goat production. Our state sponsor is the Department of Animal Science at NDSU. The Goat Production Award of $250 is sponsored by Tractor Supply Company. The finalists are Jacob Blessum from Rugby, from Medina, Sierra Doctor, Brooke Coons from New Salem, and from Mandan, Maya McCowan. The state winner for goat production is Sierra Doctor from the Medina FFA chapter. Grain production entrepreneurship. The state sponsor is the North Dakota Wheat Commission, the North Dakota Barley Council, and the North Dakota Grain Growers Association, and the North Dakota Barley Council with a $500 scholarship. The state winner will also receive a check for $250 sponsored by Valiant USA Corporation. Here are your finalists. From Garrison, Clay Bendixson. Remington Bigelow from Max. From Wishick, Cole Ketterling. And Ryan Mugley from Grant County. The state winner for grain production is from the Max FFA chapter, Remington Bigelow. Plaques for grain production placement are sponsored by the North Dakota Barley Council. The state winner check for $250 is sponsored by BASF. The finalists are Connor Fike from Pheasant and Bowdoin, Cade Heilman from Rugby, Josh Hudson from Richland 44, and Quinn Milmer from Scranton. The grain production placement plaque and check goes to Josh Hudson of the Richland FFA chapter. The plaques for the home and/or community development proficiency are sponsored by the North Dakota Association of Rural Electric Cooperatives. The national sponsor is Carhartt Incorporated. The finalists are Nathan Ball from Minot, Brett Berginski from Rugby, Ethan Carlsbroughton from the Maddock A.S. Gibbons chapter, and Tyler Larson of Harvey. The check and plaque go to Nathan Ball of the Minot FFA chapter. Up next is the area of landscape management. Al and Pat Gees are the sponsors of these plaques. The $250 check is sponsored by John Deere and Tractor Supply Company. The finalists are Braden Jangula of Napoleon, Ethan Schmidt of Richland 44, and also from Richland 44, Jessica Thiel. The check and plaque go to Braden Jangula of the Napoleon FFA chapter. C Proficiencies another round of applause.
Congratulations to all winners in Proficiency Section C. Hey Jared, I haven't told you about any vegetable jokes yet.
Oh boy. What do you have for us now?
Well, nothing, as of now, but if anyone has any, I hope that they would let us know.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of that, why don't we have Alfred let us know of the successes of our next section of proficiencies. It's now time to start with Section D awards.
Sounds great. The nursery operations is our first area. The sponsors for the state plaques is the North Dakota Association of Agricultural Educators, and the national sponsor is New Farm and Valent U.S. Corporation. The two finalists are Tristan McMahon of TGU Granville and Cheyenne Oline from Kindred. The check and plaque will go to Tristan McMahon of the TGU Granville FFA chapter. Outdoor Recreation Proficiency Awards are next. The sponsor for the state plaques is the Larimore FFA chapter. Yamaha Motor Corporation USA is the sponsor of the $250 check for the state winner. The finalists are Kyle Busted of Wahpeton, Cody Chase of Center, Connor Dills of Scranton, and Tristan Lundy from Rugby. The state winner in the outdoor recreation proficiency area is Tristan Lundy from the Rugby FFA chapter. Poultry production is our next category. Finalists and state plaques are sponsored by USDA Farm Service Agency. The $250 check for the state winner is sponsored by Tractor Supply Company and U.S. Poultry and Egg Association. Here are your finalists. April Hagemeister from Pheasant and Bowden, Michaela Lacker of Richland 44, Stephen Neubauer from Center, and Abigail Volk of Rugby. The state winner in the poultry production area is Abigail Volk from the Rugby FFA chapter. Our next proficiency award area is sheep production. The plaques for this award area are sponsored by the North Dakota Grocers Association. The national sponsor of the $250 check for the state winner is the National FFA Foundation and National FFA Organization. The finalists are Paige Beckman of Center, Caleb Cross from TGU Granville, Tracy Legine from Munich, and Colby Stake from Scranton. The state winner in the sheep production area is Tracy Legine of the Munich FFA chapter. Small Animal Production and Care awards are sponsored by Brian and Janet Strom. The $250 check is from our national sponsor, Tractor Supply Company. The finalists are Brianna Letzring of New Salem, McKenna Mai from Garrison, and Natalia Wright from Maddock A.S. Gibbons. The check and plaque go to Natalia Wright of the Maddock A.S. Gibbons FFA chapter. Specialty Animal Production and Care. Awards are sponsored by North Dakota FFA Foundation, and the $250 check is from the National FFA Foundation and National FFA Organization. The finalists are Hunter Bear from Garrison, Alex Erlmeyer of Medina, Brandon Lacker of Richland 44, and Seth Laframboise from Turtle Lake Mercer. And the $200 and $250 check and plaque for Specialty Animal Production and Care Entrepreneurship Placement goes to Alex Erlmeyer of the Medina FFA Chapter. Swine Production Entrepreneurship Awards are sponsored by North Dakota Pork Council. The $250 check is from our national sponsor, Laco Marcal. The finalists are Sierra Doctor from Medina, Zach Kwame from Kindred, Jacob Lear from Napoleon, Mackenzie Nesham of Berthold. And the $250 check and plaque for the Swine Production Entrepreneurship goes to Mr. Jacob Lear of Napoleon FFA. Swine Production Placement is sponsored by the North Dakota FFA Foundation and Provimi North America, Inc. Congratulations to Abigail Stake of Scranton FFA Chapter on being our state winner. Turf Grass Management is our next award. Agassiz Seed and Supply is the state sponsor, and John Deere provides the $250 check for this proficiency area. The finalists are Aaron Bell from Winemere, Andrew Brigman of Larimore, Kevin Freet of Harvey, and Hunter Camrath from Washburn. And the state winner in the turf grass management area is Hunter Camrath from Washburn FFA. Next is vegetable production, entrepreneurship, and placement. Our state sponsor is the North Dakota FFA Foundation. The $250 check is sponsored by the Tractor Supply Company and Wilbur Ellis Company. Here are your finalists. Nathan Ball of Minot, Corey Schmaltz from Harvey, Alexa Young of Napoleon, and Caitlin Youngs from Garrison. And the state proficiency check for vegetable production, entrepreneurship, and placement goes to Mr. Corey Schmaltz of Harvey FFA. Veterinary Science, our state sponsors of the plaques is North Dakota Veterinary Medical Association. The $250 check is sponsored by the American Veterinary Medical Association. The finalists are Troy Betts of Garrison, Megan Johnson of Garrison, and Bethany Keller of Harvey. And the state winner is Bethany Keller of Harvey FFA. Our last proficiency area this afternoon is the wildlife production and management area. Our state sponsors of the plaques are the North Dakota Game and Fish Department. The $250 check is sponsored by Yamaha Motor Corporation USA. Congratulations to Lane Kostenko of the Turtle Lake Mercer FFA chapter on being our state winner.
Please help me in giving one more round of applause for our Section D proficiency winners.
Congratulations to all of our Section D proficiency winners.
Well, everyone, I hope that you found my jokes at least half as funny as I did. But more importantly, I hope that you had a great time recognizing our finalists for their hard work. Congratulations to all of our winners. Mr. President, will you please assume the duties of the chair?
Thank you, Pollywog. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
Yes, I do. There are the following announcements. The Parents and Convention sponsors reception dinner will be held in the Great Plains Ballroom on the upper level of the Memorial Union at 5 o'clock. There will be advisors at the doors for you to check in with if you didn't bring your tickets. If you have any further questions, be sure to refer to your program or inquire at the Secretary Station. FFA members will eat at the West Dining Center starting at 4:30. The fourth convention session will convene at 7 p.m. this evening. Also, there is, in a reminder, still that change to the NDSU tour on Thursday. There is only one session, and it will be from 7:50 a.m. to 11 a.m. Buses for all tours will board on the west side of the convention hall. Again, there is only one session for the NDSU tour, and that will be from 7:50 a.m. to 11 a.m. Also, the FFA Alumni Store, which is in the back of the convention hall, will be open until Thursday night. However, any personalized clothing orders will only be taken until after the evening session today. So if you would like to get the personalized orders, do so before tonight's session. We do still have some lost and found items, such as we have a set of keys, it looks like. We have a phone, an iPhone, some sunglasses, and also at the dance last night, there was a Kidder County 4-H backpack that was found, and some size 9.5 boots. They are brown with orange and blue stitching. I don't know how you walked back without shoes on, but we found them. All right, and that is all, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this, the third general session of the 88th North Dakota FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag I now declare this session adjourned.